Hey guys, David Schneider coming to you from the Kalamazoo Bow Show, and we are in the Whiskey City Trad Gear booth, and it's a Friday and the doors just open and people are filing in here, and I like to see that on a Friday. Hey guys, breaking in real quick here before I start the vendor showcase of the 2025 Kalamazoo Bow Show. I had some audio issues again this year, and I dumped a bunch of video. Guys, I'm not Steven Spielberg by any means, but you know I like to go around when I'm at these rendezvous, bow shows, film everything that I can possibly film. Unfortunately, there's a lot of vendors that I talk to that's not going to be on this video. I apologize for that. I'll do my best to get you next year. With the massive show that the Kalamazoo Bow Show is anyway, I can't go around and get all the vendors. I try my level best. But this year was tough. The bow show was packed. It was slammed with people, and I got limited time to go around and record. Yes, I did record the T-Cats video. That will be another video release. I apologize, had some audio issues, but I tried to salvage what I could salvage, put it together here for you. Hopefully you get some joy out of it, and there's something there you can see. Guys, it was packed this year. The word is out, man. There was a lot of people there. It was a great show. And if you're not going to the Kalamazoo Bow Show, I urge you to take it in 2026. It'll be their 30th year. So it's going to be big. Dave Darling's got some big things in mind. Interviewed Dave Darling at the end of the thing, at the end of the whole show. Caught him on Sunday evening. He was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He had his Kalamazoo Bow Works booth, and he was running around dealing with the show, but I caught him and had a sit-down interview with him Sunday and didn't save any of that footage, wrecked that footage. So here's what it is. Trinity Tree Stands was there. That's great. That's a tree stand builder out of Indiana. Check them out. I ended up leaving with one. Really like what they got going on. And 4G Bows, Henry Bodnick. I could go on and on. I talked to a lot of other vendors, guys. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going on now. I just feel really bad about it, but it's the best I can do. Threw it together here. It's a long video. It's going to be like an hour or so. And basically, I'm just going around doing a vendor spotlight and walking around the Kalamazoo Bow Show. Hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe, guys. Appreciate all the support. Thank you so much.
This weekend also marked the return of the Kalamazoo Traditional Bow Hunters Expo. The event has been running for 29 years and features dozens of vendors, including ones from Michigan, some from out of state, and even 2 from Germany. Organizers say people look forward to the event every year.
Huge family reunion from a lot of people when they come here. But, you know, at the same time, we get a ton of new people every year, too. So that's always fun and exciting to introduce them to the world of traditional archery and traditional bow hunting.
And if you missed today's event, don't worry. It continues tomorrow from 9 to noon at the Kalamazoo County Expo Center.
Oh, I'm not going to take long because I always stop by. I always stop by Timber Hawk Bows, but I'm not going to take long. Yeah, I had to suck it in there.
Well, you know, we don't give you much room. We don't have to.
Look at it.
Buy something, you knock it over.
Look at this mic. I've upgraded. Look at that.
No kidding.
It's almost like the Weatherman or something like that.
That
Oh,
like
hold on here. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, hey, how's Kalamazoo been treating you?
It's been good. It's been a really good show. There's a lot of folks here. It's Sunday morning here right now. There's more than normal. So.
Yeah. And it's real early though. I tried to get around because obviously through the Friday, Saturday it slammed, and I didn't want to bother you while you was moving boats.
Shoot, that's not a problem anyway.
Yeah,
I'm always talking.
Yeah. So that's good. Kalamazoo back at it again. And you got anything new coming out this year? Anything? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. How many models do you got exactly?
Oh wow.
Do you know?
I have to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 models, but there's variations in those models that end up, hunters, premiers, recurve longbow.
How's the ILF riser been going for you since you brought her out?
A lot more than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I really honestly, when I finally did it, I thought the dozen or so people had been bugging me about it. Some of them might buy one and that'd be it. But I would say. Actually, last year I would say close to 20% of what I sold was ILF.
Come on, that's awesome.
There is a lot of it.
A lot of people like to, they like to have options in those limbs. You know what I mean? They like to have options in those limbs, and this group is a diverse group anyway. So,
and getting more all the time. That's for sure. Yeah. And some people, I don't know if it's because maybe they come from compound shooting, maybe it's not, but they want to be able to tinker with it.
Yeah, they want to tinker with it. That's exactly right. But you don't only offer bows; you got swag and everything too. I mean, you got a lot going on. You got swag, and there's all your strings. So you make up strings, bring them to the show, so people can have them. They buy one of the used bows next door or something. Everybody's looking for a string.
Well, yeah, strings. And there's obviously, for some odd reason, there's not a lot of people sell strings at even the bow shoots.
No.
But we actually got into strings. We sell them commercially.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make them for everybody else, you might as well make some for yourself.
Right. Now, if you want to look up Timber Hawk Bows, give me your website again.
It's www.timberhawkbows.com.
Easy enough. Kalamazoo Bow Show. How you doing, brother?
Real good, man. How you
doing?
Man,
good. Hey, Three Rivers, you always got something new coming out. I'm going to cut right to the chase. 2025, what do you got new coming out?
Well, we got a new carbon arrows, the Obsidian. That one's been real great. Offered in a few different, all the spines really, but we have it in a 3K carbon where it's a little bit heavier, great durability, and then an all black, which is a bit lighter. So those for target shooting or really want to go FOC forward.
Yeah.
Great options there. 5/16 diameter, so you can use any and all components that you like with it. Makes it simple and easy. Great prices on them. You're sub $100 on either of them for a dozen of them, and it's just really a well-built shaft to get a lot of flexibility out there without having to break the bank. So.
Dude, you like it. I mean, you went on a little bit there. You usually don't do that. You give me the short and sweet. You like this one.
I do. It's, money's always tight for everybody, so being able to offer a great quality product without having to, have a huge investment sitting in your quiver, it's nice.
Yeah, I agree. Play around. I totally agree. What else you got going on? You've had this one.
We designed our Rover.
The Rover.
Give it a real nice, beautiful look to it. Great quality
belt.
Oh,
check that out.
Well.
That is nice. I like that.
Yeah, well, it's always used to put it on your own belt and that.
Right,
I learned,
right.
well, then your pants are halfway down, halfway through the shoot.
I get it.
You have a nice quality one where you can easily clip on and off and go.
Yeah.
Makes life so easy.
Good stuff.
Good leather products. Yeah, we're always looking to offer something that's just, it's maybe not earth-shattering design, but just looks darn good.
See that thing? Yeah, man, that's some quality leather on the thing. That's thick. Cowhide, I reckon. That's the real deal right there, right?
Yep, absolutely. And let's see what else we got rolling. We got our Cayman broadheads. The tabs.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's talk about them.
Yeah, we've got a DuraTab one, so very water resistant. Going to last forever, basically, to it. Well built, 2-layer design, gorgeous stitching to it. Things are going to hold together.
Cool. What is that? Is that a trade secret or something?
I'm sorry? Bison. No, the bison. No, for the
the face. What is that, Dean? Yeah, that's not anything I'm familiar with. How do you like that? Does it hold up, Dean?
But say,
how long you been? About 2
I
years.
know Dean's got a 2-year-old tab on it that's holding up very well for it. So
You got a 3 under too? Yeah,
I do.
there you go.
Yep,
There you go.
we
No,
got
not that-
3 under.
Yeah.
Well, so we have 2 different styles. You can get it with the bison leather for it, or you can get it with the Dura material. Depending on what you like. 'Cause some people still like just leather, so we go with that. But no, yeah, Dean's been shooting his for 2 years, holding up well, and he puts it through the ringer. So.
Dean, yeah. If you want to test out anything, give it to Dean.
Absolutely.
He can mess up an anvil with a rubber mallet. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the guy to get it to. Him and Denny Sturgis. I put them in the same
There you
basket.
go. Yep.
But
Yep,
yeah. There you go.
test mugs.
There you go.
They love
Dude, you
shooting.
always got cool stuff, and you never talk about it, but you have cool swag. I mean, you have absolute cool swag. Your bow hunter's
Well,
hat
you
is
know,
cool and stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
go
the
ahead.
bow hunter's hat.
Oh, you got to come back over here. What do you got?
Just got a
Oh, this is
brand
new.
new color for it. So
Oh, it's got the bendy. It's
Yep.
got the bendy thing in the bill. That's a like a panel design hat. That's different. Yeah, cool. That's cool. You always got cool swag going on. You always got cool stuff. Hey, you keep doing this, you might figure it out one of these days.
One of these days. Yeah.
No, for all your traditional archery needs, obviously, I don't have to segue too much. It's Three Rivers Archery. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I know what rock you living under if you don't know Three Rivers Archery, right? It's the king in the sport. I love talking to you, Jonathan, and I love everything you do outside of these shows and what you do to give back to the community. And Three Rivers is a big proponent to our sport.
Oh yeah. Well, I would love to support everybody. Rising tide raises all ships in that. So,
Amen.
I spend half my week going through donations and trying to get stuff sent out. Different events people are hosting and that, and support us all because if we're all able to enjoy the sport, it makes the sport itself better.
Absolutely. And I ask you this every time: how do you get those packages out so dang quick?
I've got a great crew. I have.
Come on. Come on. I can't get them out that quick. I'm envious.
Well, I'm very proud of my people. We've got right technology to where they're able to get and do their jobs efficiently, fast. You make it to where just make it easy. Make it easy for them to do it, and they do a great job doing it. So I'm real proud of my folks on our aspect to it. You place the order. If it's not that day, it's the next. And I hold real strong to doing it.
Yes, you do. And that's the thing. I'm going to have to come up. You're going to have to give me a crash course in understanding all the trickery of USPS because for whatever reason, your shipping is every time I order something, it's like, I don't know if you have it delivered by drone. I come home the next day, 2 days, it's there on the port. So I love it. Absolutely. And I ask you every time how you do, but it's kind of funny.
Right.
All right, buddy.
Hey,
Appreciate
real
you,
pleasure.
Jonathan.
Thank you.
See you, buddy. All right, guys, just going around doing the vendor showcase, but now I'm not really with a vendor. I'm on the other side of the Kalamazoo Expo here where this whole arena is set up with a collection like none other. And it's all your trad history, all your trad archery history, broadhead, so on and so forth. Gene, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you, David?
Man. Yeah, and I know I've done an interview with you a couple years ago, and it went really well, and you can still check out that video. But the stuff is ever evolving. It's ever changing. You're adding and changing some things around. I see new stuff every time you set this up.
That's right. And, that's part of the purpose. I want to get people in here and get them interested in not just traditional archery, but the history of traditional archery and make sure that we honor the people that came before us. Keep their memories alive. I say keep their spirit alive, right?
Absolutely.
So if you've seen the display before here at Compton or anywhere else, I try to switch it up now and then to keep fresh things in here. So no matter how many times you come through, there's something new you haven't seen before.
Yeah. And it's funny. Yesterday I was on the other show side there, and some guy walked over to another guy, and he says, "I'm going to go in there and buy a bunch of those old vintage broadheads." He had some really good ones. Some really good ones. I don't know how many broadheads here, but I'm like, yeah, he don't sell them. Good luck trying to get them bought.
Well, yeah, my collection is not for sale. A lot of people ask me how much is it worth. It's not worth anything because it's not for sale, right?
Right.
So the value of it is what we can learn from it. The value is what we can share with others. And new collectors, I tell new collectors, the fun is not in acquiring the things. The fun is in sharing the things with other people. So.
Yeah, I like that. And it's something every time if you linger around in here, somebody finds out something new that they didn't know about archery. It even happens to me. I mean, you got Howard Hill bows over there with Howard Hill signatures on it. You got some Fred Bear memorabilia. I'm naming the big two because everybody tends to know them, but you go way back further than that.
Yeah, Thompson Brothers, Ishii, Pope and Young, Compton, all the these are their personal items.
Oh, we're talking about the forefathers of our whole
Yeah,
sport.
they're the godfathers of our
Yeah,
sport,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If they didn't do what they did, we wouldn't be here today.
There wouldn't even
we've got to honor them.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. How long does it take you to tear down? I've always wanted. I always wondered.
You only live an hour and a half away from me,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
welcome to come up and help.
Yeah, I've always wondered how long it takes you to tear down and set up.
Well, it takes me 3 days to load.
Yeah,
And it takes me, when I get home, it takes me 3 days to get it put back up. So it's a lot of effort, but when you see the people come through, the number of people who come through, and the satisfaction they have in their eyes and the questions. And I had one guy even come, he said, I flew all the way from California just to see this. So
Yeah, I believe
and that
it.
makes it worth every minute.
I believe it, because you don't, Gene don't make any money of this. It's a labor of love. You got vendors out there and they're selling their products and nothing's for sale here. He comes and sets up and stuff, so we can take that in. It's really a labor of love. It means a lot to us, Gene. It does.
Well, it means a lot to me too. Like I say, if I can't share it, then there's no need in having it. So the joy of people coming in, and you've walked through this at PBS, you've walked through this at Compton, you've walked through this several times.
Never gets old.
And,
Never
yeah,
gets old.
and that's
no pun intended.
That that makes me feel good. That really makes it all worthwhile.
I'm not a broadhead collector, but there's a broadhead collecting club.
Right.
And people geek out over just broadheads.
Right. My collection is broadheads, books, bows, quivers, arrows, you name it,
You
everything.
do it all.
I want the history of archery.
Right.
But there is a club that's dedicated to collecting broadheads, the American Broadhead Collectors Club, ABCC. It started in 1974, so we just
Wow.
passed our 50th anniversary.
Wow.
And there's maybe 300 people in the
Wow.
club, so, there's a lot of people out there collecting broadheads. And if anybody's got an interest in collecting, whether it be broadheads or bows or books on archery, anything, get a hold of me on Facebook. Gene Hopkins, I'm on Facebook. I've also got a group out there called Archery Collecting. Look me up, get a hold of me, and I'll get you started. I'll get you connected.
That's awesome.
American Broadhead Collectors Club. They've also got a Facebook site. So
Yeah. Now, and you're also, I think you're highly involved with the Archery Hall of Fame, correct?
yeah, I'm the historian for the Archery Hall of Fame.
Right. Now, just tell us, just if you don't mind, tell the folks just a brief description of what that entails.
Well, the Archery Hall of Fame, that we have a real live museum you can walk through in Springfield, Missouri, over at the flagship store for Bass Pro Shop. And it's just a magnificent museum they've got over there. Very well done. We also have every 2 years an induction ceremony. So on the even years, next year we'll have another induction ceremony, and we'll induct between 4 and 6 people into the hall every 2 years.
Yeah, and it means something. I mean, it means something. Oh, it's a huge deal. It means something. And I know it's the big names obviously is in there. Fred Bear, Howard Hill.
Right.
But who else? Who's last year's inductees? Give me a couple.
Oh, we had Dick Tone. We had Byron Ferguson. Now you're straight.
Byron. Byron's been doing it a minute.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, honestly, and it's funny, we don't see that at very many rendezvous or shows, come to think of it, anymore. Byron used to go around doing his trick shots, and when I was a kid, I would break my neck to get to his, because he would do little wood discs, and when he'd break them, he'd sign, and I still have it to this day.
When I was younger, a gentleman by the name of Stacy Grosscup did the same.
He was big time as well.
Yeah, Stacy was known as the aspirin shooter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
a great man, and he had a Cherokee native background, and he would just weave that story, and it wasn't just trick shooting, it was stories about life, and it was stories about how to treat each other. And he was a reverend, Stacy Grosscup, so it was just wonderful to go listen to Stacy and watch him shoot the aspirins.
You personally, Gene, how long have you been into single string archery? Like you personally, did this start like a lot of people as a kid?
A lot of people ask, how did you get started in bow hunting? And I'd say this jokingly, but it's not untrue. And I think we missed the boat today with a lot of our young people. We push them into the deer woods too fast. My first big game animal were grasshoppers out in the pasture. I'd walk around with my bow and arrow and I'd shoot grasshoppers, and then I'd take the grasshoppers and I'd go to the farm pond and go catch some bluegills. it's the fun, so don't put the pressure on everybody. There's no pressure in this sport. There shouldn't be any pressure in this sport. It's all about fun.
I agree.
We got to get our kids out there and get them into rabbits and get them into grasshoppers and things like that. Don't jump straight to the deer woods. Burn the kids out.
Right. No, I understand that. I totally see your point of view on that as well. So that's interesting. But for whatever reason, basically it's been a lifetime of love of the sport. You've been in it your whole life.
I have never not shot a bow and arrow. I'm 66 now, so I would say probably, literally, I've been shooting a bow and arrow for 60 years.
Yeah. When did you start collecting? Was that from an early age, or did you have to, teenage years, later in life? When did you start collecting?
I've been a pack rat. It's a good way to say I've been a pack rat. And a lot of collectors start off as pack rats, and then they move from pack rat to saver.
That's me.
Okay.
I'm at the pack rat stage.
You get to the point where you realize, holy cow, I've got a shoebox full of this stuff, or I've got a tote full of this stuff, or I've got a rack full of bows. Maybe I ought to call myself a collector now and find other people and start collecting formally and get more serious about learning what I've got instead of just having what I've got.
Correct. And the good thing about you is I've done this to you before. I can throw out just about any old vintage bow. I don't know how you maintain it in the old hair-covered computer, but you do. I can throw out anything, and you'll start telling me, yeah, they originated here and they were built there. You're just like a walking encyclopedia of archery knowledge. I mean, you've dedicated your whole life in one way or another to this sport, hobby, madness, whatever you want to call
madness,
it.
right.
right. So, but the historian part, I know you're a modest guy, Gene, but the historian part is spot on. I was so pleased to get to talk to you yesterday evening and some of those stories you told me. And I'm not going to share them here. Those were personal stories that Gene shared, life experiences that he shared with people in the industry, the business, the sport, and just a very interesting story. And I know your next book, whatever you do, it's going to, I don't know if you ever run out of chapters. I just really don't.
Well, this sport, we call it, some people call it a sport, and I think Brian Burkhardt said this best yesterday. It's not a sport, it's a lifestyle.
Amen. Yeah.
So this lifestyle has allowed us to do so many things adventures-wise, but more than that, it's allowed us to meet so many great people.
Yeah, it's the people.
It's the people.
That's what keeps us coming back.
Yeah, it's all about the campfire. This is the Kalamazoo Traditional Expo, but it's really the Kalamazoo Traditional Campfire.
You're right, and that's the thing. And third and a half year as a vendor, and of course I knew Gene well before I ever started doing this. But you go around, you start meeting the other vendors, and it becomes like this weird little family. Yeah. And you expect to see these guys every show. Like when I come to Kalamazoo, I expect to see you, Gene. Because you've done it every year since I've been coming. And, it's just really the community, the people is what keeps us coming back, just like you said.
Absolutely the truth. You bring your family, bring your wife, bring your kids, and let them see this campfire experience that we talk about. It's addicting. You just
absolutely,
you can't wait for the next event. The next event for me is going to be Fred Bear Day up in Grayling. And then after that, it'll be Compton.
You was there for the statue unveiling. I talked to you a little bit. I will talk about that. You said it was amazing and a huge turnout. So
yeah, it was.
I didn't know Grayling could hold that many people in that little park, but they did
I don't know
it.
How much time you got? But I'm going to give the short version of the story. But the morning of the statue unveiling, the weather was not good. It was cold. It was windy. It was spitting snow. A little bit of rain mixed in, and they had predicted 6,000 people were going to come to this, and the weather was just terrible.
Right.
And where are they going to put 6,000 people in Grayling?
Yeah.
So by 10:30, 11 o'clock, there's only maybe a couple of dozen people walking around. This thing's going to be a bust, crap. And then the skies cleared, and the sun came out, and the wind died down. It was Fred.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then people came from everywhere.
Yeah.
And in the end, there probably were 5,000-6,000 people standing around honoring Fred Bear.
That's amazing. I mean, that's the thing, and that's the part of it we can't lose. And if it's up to you, we're not going to lose any of it. I mean,
I'll do my part.
Yeah, absolutely. You do more than your part, brother, and I appreciate you. Gene, thank you, brother. Stalker Stick Bows with Southcock South. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, man. So I just talked to you not too long ago, but I'm here at the Kalamazoo Bow Show, going around talking to the vendors like I normally do. How's the show been for you?
It's been great. A lot of traffic yesterday. A little quieter this morning, but it's nice, kind of catch your breath.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's why I go around Sunday morning. Look. No, that's why I'm leaving that in, by the way. Yeah. No, that's why I go by Sunday morning and get you before you get too busy or whatever. It's kind of quiet Sunday morning kicking off, but people are filtering in here now. I just went outside and looked. There's quite a few people in here.
Good deal. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I talked to you at ETAR not too long ago. We went all over your bows, and you guys can find that video, obviously. But you got some new stuff already since ETAR.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Busy winter.
Yeah, indeed. So I've got the Supercross limb that's available on the Coyote model, the Wolverine model, and also ILF. So it's kind of a hybrid between our static recurve limb and a super curve limb. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit kind of more mild of a super curve limb, so you maintain really good vertical stability, but you still get that lighter back end. So it's going to load up a little earlier in the draw cycle and then feel a little softer on the back end there. On the Wolverine, it's our fastest limb that we build. We're getting at 50 pounds, 28-inch draw length, 9 grains per pound. We're getting right at 200 feet per second with it.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
impressive.
It's a smoker. And my favorite part is we're doing it in clear glass and veneers. This one here, obviously woven carbon, but we are doing clear glass and veneers on it.
Can I ask you something? And this is kind of off the cuff. Is that carbon hard to work with? You're a bowyer. Is that carbon harder to work with?
Yeah, it's probably a little harder to work with than glass and veneers there. You're a little more prone to chip out maybe on the edge of the limb and stuff, but it's not bad.
Right. I mean, I hear, you hear things. I'm not a bowyer, but you hear things, and a lot of people, other bowyers you talk to and stuff, carbon always comes up. Carbon limbs.
Yeah.
But no problem.
No. From a performance standpoint, and it depends on how the carbon's laid up. This is a combination of woven carbon with unidirectional carbon and carbon that's laid up at a 45-degree angle to the face of it. So
he's talking absolute bowyer language right there. I mean, people geek out on that kind of stuff, right? I mean,
sure.
You're one of those people.
Yeah, well, it makes a difference,
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. Did you get any time? I know you've been busy with the new products you're releasing and everything over the winter. Did you get any time to do any hunting?
Yeah, I sure did, man. I was in the field all but 4 days in September, so I got pretty spoiled this year. I shot a decent bull and a really good buck, one of my best bucks to date. So
really,
yeah,
nice.
And we got some videos coming out.
That was my next question.
First half of this year.
Yeah. And I'm also excited because I'm going to the Ubi banquet. You're going to be a guest speaker at the Ubi banquet. I call them Ubi. It's United Bow Hunters of Illinois. I call them Ubi. They don't like it either.
I'm glad you clarified that because I had no idea where
I seen a blank. Yeah. The United. That's in March. So I really look forward to your speech there, or your whatever seminar, whatever you want to call it. But I'm glad they got you for that. There's a lot of people that's interested in hearing about your hunts, and I'm glad you got them filmed. And you got the biggest buck you've killed on film?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice, dude. Nice. That's awesome. All right, South, I tell you what, I don't got nothing else besides I got a club member named Tom Pierce. Here I am. I'm with South, Tom. I'm with South. Tom loves your bows. He loves everything stalker. Hey, isn't it crazy, the ILF stuff? I mean, isn't it crazy how the ILF risers have taken off over the past, 5 It's nuts.
Yeah. We've got a couple of models now between Dryad and Stalker, and then of course we're collaborating with RMS Gear with their P2P riser there too.
Oh, really? Tell me a little bit about that. I did not know that.
So we're building a riser for RMS Gear. It's called the P2P riser, and it's basically our Apex riser in silhouette, if you will.
Okay.
But it's got a solid 1-inch G10 I-beam that goes through the center of it, and then wood side plates and Tom Clum's his signature grip.
That's awesome. Tom's a great dude. Tom's a great guy too, isn't he? All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for taking a minute. I think they want you over there. They're trying to. I'm at Selway Archery. For the record, I've been over here about 10 times. They've always got people over here, so I can't get a dang interview. I know I've interviewed them in the past. You want to check out the ETAR video? I interviewed them at ETAR. They've always got people here, so I can't talk to them. I guess it's a good problem to have. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. I just ran everybody off. If I cost you a quiver or two, buddy, I apologize. What do you got? What do you got? I mean, I know you got several quivers you offer. You got anything new that came out this year?
Not this year. We're basically still the same, but we are working on a couple new things.
Let me tell you, my favorite that you do, I know, is still just the nostalgia somewhere between new and vintage is the bear quiver. Love it.
Yeah, everybody likes the bear. I mean, the bear been around a long time, so yep.
Yeah. So of course you get all those people, and I mean it's like a cult following. So I mean everybody's got. Don't get me wrong, I own a lot of different bows, but those bear guys are super loyal.
Oh yeah, they are very loyal. Yeah, they ain't got one, they got three.
Right. Now, just like I've seen everything on your quiver, so you can literally put anything on these that people want. Is that correct?
Engraving? Yes, pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. So what do they do? So I come to you and I want an engraved. I want Whiskey City Trat, which several people in my club's already done that with you. But say I want that. What's the process? Email you? Is that where it starts? And then send you a PDF? How do you do that?
Yes, email black and white PDF to us.
And then you guys take care of the rest?
Take care of the rest.
And then next thing you know, it's on your quiver.
Yes, sir.
It's on your, all right, good deal. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, I mean, I know it's in the background there. Don't know if you can see it, but what is your website?
It's
SalvagedArcheryProducts.com.
Okay, and your full line is on there. And you don't only offer quiver. I'm telling you, you guys got really cool swag. You got really cool swag too. So is that on the website as well?
Yes, it is. And we actually came up with a new logo for a couple different things. So
check that out.
And then our logo there.
That's cool. And they're big guy friendly. Look, that's a double X right there. They're big guy friendly. I appreciate that coming from me. Yeah. And this is another cool thing they do every show. I just want to tell you, it's the little things, guys. They offer these up for free. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've came over and got 9 of them already. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't got 9 of them. But no, I picked one up the other day. I mean, just great. They offer up these koozies for free. So I love that. And they're all bright. You're not going to lose them on the 3D course or otherwise.
We
so
also offer free stickers. So there's 3 different
okay.
logos there. So
Check that out. They offer free stickers too.
Yep.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's right there. Guys, I appreciate it. Love everything you do. Have you had a good bow show? Good Kalamazoo?
Yes, always good here.
Good. Always enjoy seeing you guys. Thank you so much. Hey guys, now we are over at the Pro Silencer booth with Justin Iverson. Justin, how you doing?
Doing awesome.
Hey, had a really good show. Now, this is your first year at Kalamazoo? First time. As a vendor. I know you've been here, but yeah. And it's been doing really good, dude, because I've had guys stop by the booth and said they came over and see you, so that was great. It's out there. Pro Silencers is a string silencer. Just tell me a little bit about it. The Navajo roll string silencer, I know you can make every one of them. Go ahead. Let it rip.
So what I tried to do is I tried to make a string silencer that was easier to install, because that's kind of the biggest pain point.
Yeah.
So I work in manufacturing, kind of background in making things manufacturable.
Sure.
So what I did is I tried to come up with a way of a manufacturing process that allows me to make them in batches with kind of consistency.
Yeah.
And then the main goal was to get a finished product and you didn't have to cut, trim, tie, or anything. Basically stupid to install.
I like
no tools needed whatsoever.
Right.
And then they fluff out into
Yeah.
so you don't have to go back and forth.
So basically all you do here on your silencers is flip the string, stick it in there, pop the ends right off of it. I got another video on this. I'm kind of lucky that Justin is also a club member, a friend of mine, and dude, I'm really proud of what you've done for this company. I mean, you got 4 good solid partners now, and I know that's going up, and I know you've been approached while you've been here, and dude, it's just neat to see, because honestly, I wouldn't endorse this at all if I didn't like it. I've tried all kind of string silencers, guys. This is by far the best, most quiet string silencer I've ever used. But above all else, the ease of installation. And as you can see here, he's got a kind of a demo board. And basically, all you do is open up your string, unstring your bow, open up your string, find you a spot in the string, stick it in there, string your bow back up, pop the ends off, pop the string a couple times, and you're off and running.
Yep.
So it's literally that simple. And the fact that it's Navajo wool, just give me just a small background on Navajo wool, because I know that you geek out on this stuff, and there is a difference. Correct?
Yep. There definitely is. So what I did is I tried out a lot of different wool materials. I tried out all the different silencer materials. And I kept on going back to wool for a few reasons, specifically Navajo wool. It's a little thicker. It's a little bit more coily. So it's
It is.
natural kind of same performance as like a rubber cap.
Yeah.
Except you don't get the twang.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a rubber band and you stretch it and snap it between.
You're gonna get the twang.
Get some.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. You're gonna get a little bit.
Right. Right.
Also heavy.
Yeah.
So what these are is the novel is going to give you that same type of performance, but it's going to look better. It's going to be lighter.
Yeah.
And it's not going to have that.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Really, what the other thing that I did is I wanted to basically match the same premium material as like some of the competitors.
Sure.
But take it a step further with some mass customization. So
Yeah.
ones that basically these are all the different raw wool colors that I get that I get from the farm that I source it from.
Oh yeah. So these are the raw one, then you make it into whatever.
Yep.
How they-
So I can make custom color combos.
And it looks like you got up to, I don't have any idea, 75, 80 different combinations, which is absolutely great. And it's another cool thing. You got some really cool swag, dude. I was looking at these snapbacks and the camo, the retro. You get different colors, but you got your patches, your leather sewn on, which is I know that's an extra expense.
Yeah.
Your swag, your shirt, your logo, everything, and that's it, guys. And it just comes packaged in that bag. You got two. You've got small, or I think you got extra small now, don't you?
4 sizes now.
Four
So
sizes?
Not every boat's the same, so having one size
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Everybody's
Actually,
different.
rounded,
Yeah.
long bows are typically wider and weaker. So
Yeah.
I made 4 different sizes, and it just allows for some micro tuning.
Yeah.
The other positive too is you're not pinned in. You can actually slide them up and down the string.
Yeah.
When the boat's strong.
Yeah.
So it gives you some micro tuning.
I moved mine. I like my silencers. They don't move, I'm telling you, but I've moved mine in tuning my bow. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. It makes a difference. It makes it, and you actually keep me in on that. You're like, dude, play around with that when you're tuning that bow, and it makes a difference. So when you get down to the micro tuning process, if you geek out on it that much, yeah, where your string silencers are on your string will make a difference in the cast of that bow. Promise.
Size and weight is the other big thing too. The bigger the silencer, it's going to have a bit more drag.
Yeah.
Or weight, it's going to slow it down a little bit. So it's kind of a fine line of what's more important.
Yeah.
Speed and performance or sound.
Right.
So another thing with the different sizes, it kind of allows you to point that way. So if
Yeah.
you're shooting more 3D and want it to go a little faster,
Yeah.
noise isn't necessarily racist here, but it's smaller size.
Right.
Or
Got
if
it.
you're hunting and you want something quiet, get a large on there to quiet the bow down, and maybe lose half a foot.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not going to
Maybe.
be that much.
You're not going to notice it, I promise you that. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate Justin. If they want to reach out and find you, how do they find you?
ProSilencers.com, got the website. You can order any of these color combos on there, or you can do custom color combos as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, ProSilencers@gmail.com. You can shoot me emails.
Yeah.
Happy to do any kind of wholesale deals and do some custom labels for any companies interested.
Easy now what you're saying. Easy what you're saying.
I mean, honestly, that's been one of the coolest things. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am right now without you.
Oh, come on now.
You were the one that kind of helped me get going here. When I reached out to you,
Dude, it was your concept and everything else. You had everything there, and we started talking about it kind of before it ever evolved, because Justin's a member of the Whiskey City Archers, and people in the club were talking. We were actually his testing ground for these things. There were several guys in the club that were shooting these things well before he ever released them. And dude, I'm telling you, the finished product, I know you're a perfectionist. The finished product is spot on. And it's the only string silencer I'll go to from here forward. I promise you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good show, man.
Yeah. So right now I got Flemish twists. That's what they work best on. You can tie them into it.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process right now of making one that is designed specifically for NC.
Sweet.
So it's just installed a little bit differently, makes things fun.
That's going to be tricky. But if anybody's
I
going to
got
come
some ideas.
if anybody's going to come up with it, you're going to come up with it. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'll be looking forward to that. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, man. All right, guys. Pro Silencers, check them out. All right, guys, here we are, Compton Traditional Bow Hunters booth. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Good seeing you again.
Let's introduce ourselves all the way down. We only got one mic, folks, and I'm stuck it on Brian.
Mike
so.
Minton.
Got Mike Minton down there. There we go.
Sam Barrett. And this is Brian Burkhardt. So Mike's our merchandise director, Sam's our secretary, and I'm the president.
Yeah. And I tell you what, I always give time to somebody. I'll for myself, can't say it enough. Appreciate it. A proud member. And Mike, you do a good job with the swag. You really do, because I've seen a lot of swag coming through the show.
Really,
A lot of
try
people
hard.
wearing Compton stuff, Compton hats. I mean, and all these shoots and stuff I go to, it's a lot of Compton. Love
A lot
it.
of work.
I love
so
seeing all the kids.
Oh yeah.
we try to do something new every year, so it keeps coming back.
Yeah. Keeps it fresh, and you tend to do that. I love that. And I was just telling Mike the other day that you guys offer a green jacket. Well, you're right here. I love that thing. I love that thing. I wear it. Love it. Love
That's
it.
our Sam's our model.
Yeah.
I am the eye candy of the organization, so
So guys, tell me. First off, have you been on the good Kalamazoo show?
Yeah,
excellent.
we've signed up over 50 members. at this
No,
show.
right here.
So this is great.
That's what it's all about.
So our membership topped over 2,500
Love it.
a few weeks ago. So it just continues to grow.
Love it, absolutely love it. And tell me about some of the stuff coming out. Now, this is the part of the video that's going to take a little while because Compton's always stacked for the year.
Yeah, we've got some great stuff. So we just came out with a new dream hunt package. It's a black bear and fishing trip in Alaska with home and charter. And we've got a lot of vendors that have donated a bunch of high-end gear to go on that hunt. Compton throws in $1,500 to help offset,
The cost
travel
of it, yeah.
expenses,
Yeah.
tax. And we're going to actually be mailing those tickets to Compton members in the middle of February. But we've got them at the show, and that's been a big deal.
Yeah.
We've got membership drives for both general membership drive, and then we have one for the women as well. So our women membership continues to grow.
Good.
We've got the youth from Creek again with Carol Mott,
That's a big deal.
Nebraska. Yeah. And what's really neat is we had a number of the youth from previous youth runs here at the show.
Oh, no kidding. They
You
can
can see
see that.
that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We got two $1,000 scholarships that we're giving to for college scholarships for kids.
That's great.
So that application process is going on right now.
Right.
We co-sponsor the pre-spring fling, Earl Fling in Howell, Tennessee, and Dixon, Tennessee. So
Great bunch of guys down here.
yeah, we've got a lot going on.
Now the big game classic
we've got
coming
big
up in
game
Denver.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we've got that March 14th to 19th in Denver, Colorado. So if you're not registered already, please get registered. You can go on our website,
Yeah.
get a room. And
That's what I love about Compton too. You guys bounce around. You're not just in one state. You're not just you move around. You know what I mean? 2,500 members. It's hard being in everybody's backyard. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure your members span all over.
yeah, it actually all over the world. So I mean, we've got the rendezvous coming up in June.
Yeah.
This one will be at Berrien Springs, but it will be the last one at Berrien Springs.
Yeah.
So we've got to move the rendezvous location for 2026, and we're looking at a couple venues. Indiana might be your home state.
Yeah.
It might be a high runner. So we'll have plans to announce that. We'll have plans to announce that at this year's rendezvous.
Yeah. That's awesome. And from what I understand, here's the thing. You go to the rendezvous. Everybody from Indiana is there. Michigan the other way. It's not that far apart. I mean, all over the lower 48, you see people around.
Yeah,
As far as I've seen people far out of Washington State there. You know what I mean?
And I think if we do move the location a little further south, then we'll get some of the southern
Possibly, I would say.
Kentucky, Tennessee.
Yeah. Northern Alabama, huge. I mean, those guys.
Louisiana.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just big things, man. The good things going on, like always. I love what you do for the youth. Yeah, that's my most prideful thing that company does. I mean, don't get me wrong, and everybody's got a lot going on. But those youth hunts and stuff we put together, those hunts, I like that.
Yeah, we donate bows to youth groups across the country.
Absolutely.
We donated thousands over the years, and the youth program is very important, so appreciate it.
Yeah. What's the giveaway here, Kalamazoo? That portrait? That painting?
Well, we've got 5, so I'll let Sam talk about the turkey.
Yeah, give it to me, Sam.
All right.
All right, brother.
So yeah, for all new and renewing members this weekend, we've got some giveaways that we're going to do here in a little bit. I made some turkey calls. I made a couple of paddle box calls here.
Come on.
And then I made a couple
Nice.
pot calls too to give away.
Now, do you turn those?
I do. I do, yes. Yeah, so it's something I got into and I really enjoy.
Those are gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then we have the Marv Clinton portrait here, and giving that away too for the membership.
I'm still better. I missed the portrait last year by 1 number.
Oh,
The next number.
Maybe this year, fingers crossed. But yeah, Mike, anything else? Anything you want to add? Tell anybody?
Just quick as far as you work with the National Archery School program, and they have 400 branch of that. You would with them. They want clips of videos for wildlife, hunting situations, trying to provide them with material that you can and get that information. That's awesome. Archery is one thing, bow hunting is the other. We're trying to mesh that transition.
That's awesome. And everybody knows how hard Mike works at his YouTube channel. I get on him all the time. Mike, put more videos out. Put more videos out. Yeah. So, Brian, appreciate you. I really do appreciate everything Compton does. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
All right, we are in the Lonesome Wind Custom Bows booth with Vince and Ethan. How you doing, Vince?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Right here, caught you in the middle of twisting one up, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
So have you been doing that all weekend here at the Kalamazoo show, been making strings when people come in and ask
I have been. Unfortunately, when you get the string board out, they appear quickly.
They see somebody here is making strings on the spot.
Right on the spot, and yeah.
And I bet that's been big this weekend because of the show next door and everything else. So a lot of used bows over there. And they were needing strings, so it worked out, right?
A lot of older bows, and I got a lot of B50 strings, so yeah.
Yeah. So how's the show been for you? Kalamazoo Bow Show.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it's been crowded, man. It's been good. But
we've had a super show.
That's good. And I'm going around, obviously, before the show kind of starts today. It's kind of quiet in here, and I thought it's a good time to get with these guys and the vendors and talk to them. So you do bows. Let's talk about your bows for just a second. You don't only do strings, you do bows. You got bows over here. Let's talk about your bows for a second.
So I've been building bows for about 26 years. Apprenticed under a guy that was up in, I'm from Nebraska, and he had a traditional shop. So I started out making arrows for him, and then progressed into bows, and then I went off on my own. So I don't make a lot. I'm not doing it for a living. I got a regular job, but
I get it.
I make a ton of used bows.
That's what I was getting ready to. I'm not kidding you. So I was getting ready to key on like your youth bows, and I know there's a lot of bowyers make youth bows or whatever, but that is a pretty cool little youth bow you're making right there.
Yeah, I make a 36-inch. Sorry,
no, that's fine. You go right ahead.
I make a 36-inch for getting kids started, and I can make it down to 3-4 pounds of draw, or up to about 15, and I sell it for $75 with 5 arrows, get kids going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't, not a lot of meat on the bone there, but you're getting kids in the hobby, right? You're getting kids in this one.
I'm not doing it to make money on those bows. That's to get kids involved. And,
absolutely. And that's what's important, man.
If we don't have that, we got nothing.
We're done. Yep. Ethan, you got anything to add? Ethan, throw it on me, Ethan.
I'm just the hired help this weekend.
Throw it on me, Ethan. You got something. Is that an Asbel wool vest?
Yes, they all look so good.
Oh, dude, it's nice. That's tactical. That's trad. I don't have any idea, but that's nice.
So Ethan's being modest.
Yeah, yes.
Ethan's been shooting a bow since he was 3 years old, and is probably the finest pure hunter I've ever met.
That's awesome. You love to hunt, brother? Me too, man. I spent a lot of days in the deer stand this year. And where did you say, Nebraska?
Yes, sir.
How's your whitetail hunting that way?
The best, in my opinion.
Right,
the best, in my opinion.
Nebraska's a sleeper state. There's some big bucks in Nebraska, bro.
We got a lot of big bucks, but we got such a good population of deer. It's always plentiful.
EHD or none of that didn't hit you?
We've had a few, like everybody has. We've had a few spells with it. With it.
Yeah.
Other than that, no. We've always had good, consistent deer.
Right. And you've always been a single string shooter.
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah. And you've stacked them up with that bow, ain't you?
Yes, of course. Every hunt, no problem.
Yeah, there you go.
By the time he was 14, he'd hunted probably 7 states.
Cool.
And I don't know how many different species.
I've been around, that's it.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. All right, Ethan, Vince, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Appreciate you. Hands are nice and soft now because he's got the string wax. Thank you for that. Laurel Mountain Outfitters with Ryan Joe. Brian, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. How you doing today?
Doing good. Have you had a good Kalamazoo bow show?
This is awesome. This is our first show ever.
Come on.
Yeah, so we had no expectations, no baseline what to expect, and having a great time, selling some quivers, loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's your stick, right? I mean, you have custom quiver.
That's right. Here they are. Want to see one?
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me a little bit about them.
All leather hood. All the components here are 3D printed in-house by myself.
Yeah.
Even the gripper.
Oh, you're doing that with this is probably PLA, and this is
That's PETG, PETG.
yeah.
That's PLA.
Hard to work with.
This is.
I mean, it is. You got to know what you're doing with nozzles and temperature and everything else to do that.
Temperature, pressure, everything.
Yeah.
So that's TPU, that's TPE, that's the softer stuff.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So this is the one piece expandable.
Nice.
So 2 shafts, it's swaged and flared, and then they're interconnecting.
Let me see that thing. Look at that, folks. Check that out. There it is. Hope you can get a look at it. And you do all these in-house. When you say in-house, does that mean in-house, like in the basement, garage?
It's the shop.
That's right. That's what everybody goes. In the shop. Yeah, the shop's your spare bedroom. No, I'm just kidding.
It's the garage.
It's the garage. Yeah. So, I came by here the other day, and I didn't stop because you had plenty of people around your booth. I didn't want to bother you. But you got some cool swag, too, dude. I'm loving the Laurel Mountain Outfitters. We're here. Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, love it, dude. And he's big guy friendly. Thanks for that.
Well, support one another, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool hats. I know you got S&S Steamboat Sharpeners out here, buddy of yours. He wasn't able to make the show, so you kind of wanted to represent him and have them out here. And dude, I just really like what you got going on. Now, you plan on doing more shows?
We'll be back here for sure. We'll be at ETAR.
Oh, ETAR. That's nuts. And then a lot of people there.
So yeah, we're from Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania. So ETAR's a couple-hour drive, and we'll look at the schedule here in the summer and see if we can pick up a couple of our stores.
Yeah, man. All right, brother. Appreciate you, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, man. Oh, hold on. Stop.
Oh, we're in trouble.
How does somebody get a hold of you if they want to check out your quivers? That's the most important thing. I didn't cover that in the beginning. I don't know if the camera, because like you said earlier, it's a little camera. I don't know if it's catching the backdrop, but go ahead.
I thought we were in trouble because we didn't introduce my lovely wife here.
Oh, okay. That was smooth right there. That was smooth. So Emily's every bit a part of the team as anybody, right?
Right. She helps me out with the printing. And,
yeah, that's great.
I couldn't handle the show without her.
I understand. I get Carrie in my booth. I understand it. Listen. We're the head, but they're the neck. The head won't turn without the neck. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100% accurate.
All right. So how does somebody get a hold of Laurel Mountain Outfitters?
I have a website. It's not on here, but laurelmountainoutfitters.com. Also on Facebook and Instagram, just Laurel Mountain Outfitters.
There you go, folks. If you want to check out Laurel Mountain Outfitters, quivers, swag, and everything they have to offer, you can find them Facebook, laurelmountainoutfitters.com. You can find them on Facebook. They're on the Insta. I don't know. They're on all that stuff. All of it. TikTok.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh, you're on TikTok.
Yeah, that'll do much with it, but it's
the
there.
Chinese are watching him, folks. The Chinese are watching him.
Yeah, so
they don't care what you got going on, do they? All right, guys, still going around here at Kalamazoo Bow Show doing the vendor showcase. I am in the booth with Alex and Joe, and I'll start with you, Joe. What is it that you do, my friend?
I make custom handmade knives, mostly culinary knives, but I do make some outdoor and hunting knives. Located in Missouri, and I forge a lot of my own stuff, start to finish. Thanks for looking.
I mean, yeah, when you say you make custom, you got some beautiful stuff here, brother.
Thank you. One of them I really like is this really striking pattern with this bold, contrasting finish. That's a culinary knife, but
you like chef's knives. You do some chef's knives. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I mostly make chef knives. I've shipped over 20 countries,
that's awesome.
All over the world, and I really like making really high-end, nice cutlery.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about knives is everybody's particular, and that's like bows. Not everybody likes, they get on one knife maker, they get on one bowyer, and that's where they stay for a long time. Then they bounce around. I mean, how many knives you own? Honestly, a lot.
Yeah, I do,
and not just yours, probably. You own other knife makers' knives.
Right, I do. But it is very similar to bowyers, where you're very like brand,
specific.
Specific and loyal to that.
Absolutely. But man, I stopped by here the other day, and I didn't want to bother or film you the other day because you both had a bunch of people around the table. But your knives been getting a lot of attention this week.
Yeah, they really have, and I'm glad to be here, and it's been really a great time.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you? You got a website, Facebook? What are you doing?
Yep, I've got all the social medias. Halcyon Forge is my Instagram username, Facebook. But otherwise, email. I have a website. I'm out there. You can find me.
Okay, that's all right. Where are you based out of? Where's home?
South of St. Louis, about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Missouri.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, absolutely. All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
get over here and turn the mic to Alex, if that's okay. Because how'd the share booth thing go? Who do I need to? The share booth thing go okay?
Oh yeah, it went great. I mean, so we're brothers, we're siblings. And,
Oh gosh, no fights, no nothing. He didn't get on your nerves all weekend. Huh?
No, we get along. We get along wonderfully. It's
Now in the last 10 minutes since. No, I mean,
I started this because of him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. And what is it that you started? I mean, I looked at them already, but
Yeah.
you do wood finger tabs.
Yeah. So I have custom finger tabs that I primarily like to make them out of wood. So they have wood faces, so you can get them to match your bow. But you got all kinds of different assortments of woods. Anything you can get for a bow, I could do in a finger tab. I
Yeah.
had yesterday, which it's not here no more, but I had a mammoth ivory tab.
Did you really? So somebody snagged it? Yeah.
So it's
I
like
didn't.
this. That's what this is.
That's a good thing about having a brother that's a knife maker and getting all them, high-end blanks.
Hey, it's the fact, because there's a lot of stuff that he can't utilize that I can take advantage
Sure,
of.
sure.
And just
It's benefited you in a way, yeah. And you got some really cool stuff. Now, not only do you do wood, I mean, you'll do kydex and so on and so forth. And you offer a split finger tab, not only a 3-under, you offer a split finger.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
I really liked your split finger, and I'm not a split finger shooter, but I mean, a tab's a tab. You can do this in 3-under or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the tree bark type pattern right there, mossy oak bottomland, one or the other. But it's really, really cool. And what kind of leather are you using on there? Is that cowhide? What do you got?
Yeah, it's a premium cowhide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Premium cowhide with pig suede on the back.
Okay. And how long you been doing it now? You said you just kind of happenstanced into this thing. You're a single string shooter. You're a trad guy, right?
Yep.
So, brother's knife maker, you decide to make some tabs. It looks like it's going really well.
Kydex.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make something on my own. I don't know. I like something hard.
Yeah.
I don't like soft, 100% soft.
Right.
So all leather I wasn't a fan of. So then I came up with this, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to stitch everything and do all that. So then I came up with this unique design. Of using riveting them together and all that stuff. And it turned into, I started making them, actually it would have been December of last year.
Oh, really?
And
awesome.
I didn't really launch until November of this year.
That's awesome. And
So
it's going well?
Run 'em through. Yeah, it's going fine.
Good.
But I wanted to run it through the ringers and beat them up and tear them up.
Sure.
To see how they last. And
Yeah. Oh, dude,
these things are just
it'll last a long time. Yeah. I don't know if if you take care of your tab and you know how to take care of your tab. I mean, tabs can last a lifetime. I mean, really, honestly. I mean, a long while.
Similar to this. It's a flame box elder.
Yeah, flame box elder.
Yeah, and this red's actually natural.
That's cool.
It's not
That's
dyed.
just cool.
But I hunted with it all season, Colorado, Missouri, all over the place, rain, snow, hot, dry, and besides some scratches from me abusing it, it still looks besides being broken, looks exactly the same.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Shiny, so.
Yeah, I like them, dude. I like them. I love your knives, brother. I love them. I'm not kidding. You guys got a good thing going on. So how about your website? Are you separate? You're obviously separate from him.
Yep. It's Big Snow Finger Tabs, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram.
Big Snow Finger Tabs. I like it, brother. I like it. Sweet beard, too, by the way. Check out the dude's beard. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. I am in I don't know if I want to call it the BCY booth. I mean, basically, you do bowstring. Chad Weaver, ladies and gentlemen. And you do bowstrings, everything bowstrings. Talk to me about it.
Not a whole lot to say. You pretty much covered that.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. No. I mean, that's it, dude. I've seen you. I've been blessed. You come up to our classic, and I mean, if you want anything bowstring, you got it, don't you, brother?
Usually.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. And you're not scared to travel. You got a little bit of a trip to get here to Kalamazoo.
Well, I had to fly.
Yeah.
I usually. This is one of we fly to this one. We'll fly out to Vegas. We do a show out there. But yeah, I cover quite a bit of ground.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a technical question, because you're behind the curtain of everything bowstrings, right? Bowstrings are kind of evolving, right? They're coming out with new materials, different this, different that. And I'm not going to put you on the spot about any one bowstring. I think in fast flight, it's probably still D97 is king. I don't know if that's, but you could probably tell me. And in the Dacron stuff, it's probably B55.
Yeah, and you got you got three basic categories. You got we call it Dacron. It's polyester.
It's polyester.
Dacron is actually a trademark from DuPont that's expired. Technically, there's no such thing as Dacron anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I just learned that. I didn't have no idea.
The trademark expired, I don't know, several years ago, and nobody renewed it. We still call it Dacron, but that's a trade name. The actual material is polyester. You have 100% homologous polyethylene, either Spectra or Dyneema. Those are trade names. And then you have the blends of Dyneema and Vectran, and that's your three basic categories. And you have a few individual materials in each category. Other than Dacron, you got one. We got B55.
Right.
And what works better is really a matter of opinion for the most part. Even our Olympians don't all shoot the same material. You know, for the most part, they shoot 8125. Some of them are shooting 652. 652 is the original Fast Flight.
Is it?
Still around.
That's the original Fast Flight.
The original. The founders of BCY, Ray Brown and Bob Destin, invented Fast Flight when they worked at Brownell. Of course, Brownell was bought out by an Italian rope company called Badnati. And
technical difficulties, folks. Got a guy ran into the camera there, but I think we're back up and running. So they were bought out by a company called what?
Badnati.
Okay.
It's a Italian rope company, and they're trying to bring the brand back, but they own the Fast Flight name, the trademark and everything. So, but they had to change it several years ago with the war effort. Spectra became very difficult to get. BCY still had a connection, and that's when Brownell changed it to Fast Flight Plus. They had to change their formula a little bit. Well, BCY still got the original, but we can't use the Fast Flight name, so it's what it is, 652 Spectra.
No idea. I had no idea.
Most people don't know that, the founders of BCY invented Fast Flight. Bob Destin, one of the founders, he invented the first blended material. It was 450 Premium, which became 450 Plus, 452, X99. They've revolutionized archery through strings, but they don't toot their own horn. Nobody, they don't.
No, they don't. No.
Brag about it. They don't.
Well, I'm hearing some of this for the first time from you. You know what I mean?
Most people don't have a clue about it. I fussed at them. I said, "Man, y'all need to put this on your website." Don't worry about it.
Yeah, a lot of people like to dig into it. Now, obviously, you've done that. However, you've been around this a long while. But I'm sure a lot of the string makers out there, they probably dig into it like that and have some general perception of what's going on. But that's really neat right there. I had no idea.
I've got a unique, access with BC, because I've been working with BCY for 17, 18 years now. Wow. Directly doing shows and such with them, and they're not just business associates; they're friends.
Yeah.
And I get to learn a lot of stuff. That's like I said, they don't hide it. It's just not something they talk about.
Right.
They don't publish it, and I get to find out this good stuff, and I don't mind talking about it.
Right. No, like I say, everything bowstrings right here. So that's what you do, is talk about bowstring. That's what you've been doing all weekend. Have you had a good Kalamazoo bow show?
We have had a great show.
Good.
Kalamazoo's been good. It's usually, we hadn't been up here in a few years. We had conflicted with the Vegas shoot, and we just couldn't do both. But Vegas got moved back to March, so we're back, and hopefully we will be back every year.
Are you still making quite a few strings for people yourself, or did you slow down on that?
I've slowed down a little bit. I'm getting old.
Because you was making a bunch of strings at one time.
Well, I used to make strings for several bowyers, and I was staying real busy then. Pretty much quit doing the wholesale thing. I've had a lot of people ask me, but doing more and more with BCY, doing more traveling. I'm coaching at a local school and stuff like that. I got my certifications and stuff for that. So
sure.
Just don't have time for everything.
There you go. I understand that. Life, right?
Yeah.
Well,
fun, though.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun. Chad, I want to spend a little extra time. I know I interviewed you on one of the videos. I think it was back at ETAR or something like that, but I kept it real short, and I want to do a little bit of a deeper dive with you, Dan. Sure. I appreciate you taking the time. So I think a lot of people, and I've talked to you a little further before, and I think a lot of people, I aspire to know everything about the game. What's on my bow, the strings, all the way down. You only touch the bow in two places, the riser and the string. Right. so it behooves you to know a little bit about those two things.
Well, it's funny in a way, and it's not, but it's always intrigued me that, a lot of people won't blink at spending $1,000, $2,000 on a bow
and put a cheap string
and,
on it
and looking for a $5 string.
or arrows, or put cheaper.
Yeah, and and the string is basically the bow's transmission.
Even if you spend $25 on a bow, it behooves you to put a good string on that bow. You're making that $25 bow possibly a $225 bow.
Exactly. It can make a big difference.
Huge difference. All right, Chad. Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, guys, in the Black Widow booth, Kalamazoo Bow Show, I always take time to stop in the Black Widow booth. And the CEO, the head man in charge, Miles. Right here. This guy right here.
You're not recording yet.
No, man, I'm just stopping in, Miles. How you been, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. I see, and I'm telling you, I had to get on Miles because he was sold out on the table. He had to go back. He didn't even know.
I was guilty.
But you've come out again with some new swag.
Yep, we got some new swags, new hats, and a new shirt. We're gonna do a few more. I got a few more ideas in here.
Dude, that's all you. I know that's all you. But this is cool, guys. It's Black Widow since 1957. It's awesome. I love that. I love that, dude. And like I say, your swag. You've been doing some things.
I've been trying.
You've been cranking out more videos, I've noticed.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more of those coming.
You revamped your whole website.
Yes, we did.
Was that an undertaking?
Yeah. So we started that, about this time last year, really. And we launched it middle of September.
Yeah.
And, getting everything built, making sure it's all good.
I'll be honest, I've already ordered on the website. It's easier. It's more streamlined, and that was the goal, right? So
wanted to look better, be more mobile friendly, and it'd be easier overall.
Yeah. So I ask this every time. As the TMA overtook the PSA, PSA still the biggest seller. I ask it every time. It's the PSA right in the middle.
It is.
I ask it every time. Never. Nothing's ever overtake the PSA.
Yeah, I guess not.
So, anything else? I mean, I hate to I interview you every time. Everybody knows what Black Widow's got going on unless you live under a rock. But anything else coming down the pipe to share with us today?
Oh, nothing really bow model or material, the G10 to carbon still do its thing, still floating there, but it's really going to be a lot more videos. We're going to try to dump as much information as we can onto our YouTube, where people can go and learn what they want to learn.
I love it.
A lot of that, and I'm going to continue with the swag and everything.
Love it. I mean, guys, he's really throwing in on the swag. It's changing. It's evolving, dude. I like it.
It's evolving, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this. Getting back still stop by the shop every once in a while?
All the time.
Does he really?
About once or twice a week, yes.
Can't give it up, can he?
Nope.
He loves it. All right, Miles, I appreciate you, brother. Miles at the Black Widow booth. If they want to check you out, your website, what's the website?
BlackWidowBows.com.
Easy enough.
Great Northern Quivers with Eric. Eric, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
How's the show been for you, Kalamazoo Bow Show?
Good weekend. Yeah, it's always good. Just a good community.
Yeah, man. Hey, look at the. It's in your product, but you got some old schools down there from Randy Cooling. Yeah.
Yep.
You gonna try them out? I got 12 myself, and he
just went bought some feathers off Jeff. So I'm going to fix up this week. And
that's awesome.
See what I can do.
That just leads me to tell y'all, everybody in here, just because you make quivers and everything, we're all traditional shooters. You're a hunter, shooter. So you stock up here too, right?
Yeah. I get my supplies at this first part of the year.
Yeah, now last I talked to you, I believe, was at ETAR. You came out with that turkey feather deal. Yep. Anything new for this year?
No.
Which it's really, you offer so much. I mean.
Yep. I still got the feather grinder going. Try to add a few different colors, every year.
Yeah.
And like this year, I added that. It's kind of like they call it like a desert rose.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
Just try to get some different colors, and if somebody asks for a different color, try to get it.
Still my favorite.
Yeah.
Still my favorite. I don't know why. I just love it. Yeah, and it's last day, so
yeah.
I wanted to get over here early before people started piling in here, and just before you got busy. So
yeah.
I'm glad you took the time to talk
Appreciate
with. Somebody want to find the Great Northern Quivers? Check you out online. How they do that?
GreatNorthernQuivers.com.
That's easy enough. GreatNorthernQuivers.com, or
call me at 740-701-7409.
You're gonna get all kind of weird calls now. Yeah, no. Yeah.
No, it's all good.
All right, Eric, I appreciate you. All right, guys, we are in the Michigan Traditional Bow Hunters booth with John Bouchine.
Yeah.
I like saying your last name. It just rolls right off the tongue. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad.
So tell me a little bit about the Michigan Traditional Bow Hunters.
So basically, we're an organization in the state of Michigan based that we're here for the bow hunter. We're here to protect the bow hunting season that we've got, especially in the traditional aspect of it. We've also got a Lost Bow campaign where we try to get youth into archery and get them into equipment. So
Absolutely, and the youth of our sport's pretty important, right?
Absolutely. You know, we're one generation away from being forgotten, so it's a big thing to keep the fires rolling.
And every year, the Michigan Traditional Bow Hunters tends to do something for the youth every year, correct?
Yep, absolutely. You know, from between helping at the Compton shoot and like I said, the LBC program, and then even we go through and help with the Michigan Longbow Association with their youth program. So, you know, because some of us are members of both organizations.
Right, and we're all under the same blanket, right? Exactly. I mean, single string is single string, but I mean, you know, you are up here in, I would say, close proximity to one another. Yep. So why not work together? Exactly. We're all in it for the same goals.
Exactly. It's all the same thing.
Yeah. So you got anything new coming up this year? I know you got.
Right now we've got a membership drive underway that new members that are signed up for 1, 3, or 5 years, or even renewing members if they sign up for a 3-year or 5-year membership.
Right.
They can qualify to be in a drawing for a 2-person 7-day 7-night hunt with Forent Lake Outfitters.
Right, that's it. Now, see, I couldn't have got it all out that quick, folks. So I'm glad you bailed me out there. So where is that at? What Outfitters? And what are they chasing? What kind of critter are they chasing?
That's going to be a bear hunt,
nice.
And it's Forent Lake out in Quebec.
Oh, nice. So you gotta love them Canadian bear, right?
Yep. And absolutely. And actually, the way they've got it set up is basically they're going to bait it until you get there, and then you take over, and they're setting it up so that you have 2 bait sites per hunter, and it's the winner gets it's a 2-hunter trip. So
that's awesome. Well, I mean, how's the show been for you? Kalamazoo Bow Show has been busy this year.
Oh yeah, pretty good year. We've actually got a pretty good turn in membership. We got
nice.
20 new. And
come on, you signed up 20 new members.
20 new members, and then re-signed about 24 new. So or renew.
Dude, so, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, man, I love to hear that. So, guys, Michigan Traditional Bow Hunters, John, how do they check you out? Where can they find you on the line?
mitradbow.com.
That's easy enough. mitradbow.com. Check them out. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, in the Sock Trail booth here at the Kalamazoo Bow Show with Mike Roberts. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Good, I'm doing well.
Yeah. Dude, you've had a lot of people in this booth. I know I say that. It's cliche, but...
Right now, I like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoever's speaking, thank you.
It's actually, yeah. There's a seminar going on right now, so it's kind of lax. Yeah, that's good. But we'll get a rush before the end of the day when they get out of the seminar. But man, I'm telling you, like I said, you've had a lot of people in and out of here. What's your big seller, Mike?
Well, across the board.
I'm gonna put you up, buddy. I'm gonna put you on the spot. You have a Kinsman that you came out just with, brand new. Brand new. It's been out what? A year? Not even a year. Right? I have one.
Not even a year.
I love it. But you only made it 56, 58. You have a 60-incher back there.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
Well, I can't help it, dude. You brought it to the show. That's public knowledge.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
So let me ask you something. How's the Kinsman? It's been out of here. How's it been doing for you?
Good.
So what do you? What's this? What's going on?
What do you sell here?
Look at this. Man, that seminar must have got out.
Yeah, right.
Do you have adult timers?
This is crazy. It's terrible. Can't take anything serious around here. Look at that.
Left-handed.
Yeah. You have this in a different color.
Yeah. Do you have crossbows here?
I can't do this.
If you guys haven't noticed, the Ubi guys, the United Bow Hunters of Illinois, is right next door. So we've had a pretty good time this weekend in this aisle. Trust me, Whiskey City Trad Gear is right across, so we've had a good time.
Weird corner.
Yes, it has been a weird corner. But anyway, so this is the 60-inch model.
Yes, sir.
How's the Kinsman been doing for you since you brought it out? Good?
Compton was the first show in June that the Kinsman was at.
Yeah.
Sold out of it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Highline's still your number one seller as far as the longbow goes?
It's still, right now it's like neck and neck.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because I love my
Highline.
Highline.
Still there.
I love my Highline, but the D-Flex, they are. They really are.
Yeah, 2 different.
They're 2 natures of their own, trust me on that. But I love this 60-inch, dude. I really hope, I implore you to go 60.
cranking these babies out.
I think I've gone. I like the performance.
Yeah.
It's getting really good feedback.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
So a lot of guys are asking, are you going to do a 54? What about a 52?
Yeah, where do you, as a bowyer, where do you draw the line?
Well, I'm pushing 6'5", and I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I have a 52-inch, and the door is available in 54.
How many models do you have?
Yeah, I think it's like 10.
Yeah, you got 10 models, so you can hit anybody's demographic there as far as whatever they're looking
Just
for.
availability.
Yeah. One of the guys watch the channel and stuff. They see me in the. I took a turkey, and I actually took a doe this year with my kids. And dude, I love it. I absolutely adore this bow.
It's a fun bow.
Yeah,
it's a fun little bow.
It's 52-inch reflex deflex home bow, and it cranks them out. It really does. I really love this thing. So. But, dude, that's all I got for you. Walking around talking to vendors. You know how to do it.
I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Kalamazoo Bow Show with Mason Moth. Mason, how you doing, brother?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing good. So, hey, I want to stop here and talk to you for just a second because you've been kind of handling the consignment area of the show. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've seen a lot of bows come and go this weekend. Is that correct?
Over 300.
No kidding. Over 300 bows just came into the consignment. Not talking about T-Cats, just the consignment.
Yep, just the consignment.
Wow. Now, explain to me just a little bit on how the consignment works here.
Yeah, so the consignment is you bring it in the door. It's $5 for a tag. The tag gets your bow on the table. We have you put your name, your phone number, what you'd like for the bow. If people come up, they're interested in their bow, they can call your phone number, haggle a deal or whatnot. And then they just pay me. I'll hold your money there for you until you're either done with the show, or if you're already gone and you're just picking it up on Sunday, I'll hold the money for you. But otherwise, it's been giving guys, money to go spend in the other room.
Yeah.
Some guys are coming in, they got $300, they sell a couple bows, they got enough money to go in and buy a new one. So
Yeah.
works really, really well.
Yeah, that's it. And I actually talked to a guy yesterday, and that's exactly what he did. So this is the second year that you've done the consignment, because you were here last year, and Gene was in this part with the museum stuff, and you were over on the side. Would you say this year was bigger than last year?
Yeah, we definitely had more bows come in this year than we did last year.
So word's getting out, because everybody, you, me, everybody's got a few bows they can part with, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've had guys come in with as many as 10, 12 bows that they're dropping off this year.
Wow, and that's the thing. If you're coming to a show and you're thinking, okay, I've got these 4 or 5 old vintage bows, maybe a couple grayling bows, something like that, but I want to take that money and put it down on a new widow. Name one. This would be a good place to do it because you're here anyway. You're stocking up for the season, gives you a little pocket change to go in and get exactly what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely the place where if you're trying to get top dollar for your used bow, this is the place to do it, because you got guys that are looking for either specific ones from when they were younger or just ones that maybe they don't make anymore.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I seen some bows here. I'm not kidding you. I seen shootable bows on your table from $25, shootable bows that you could go harvest a deer with, from $25, $40, all the way up to $500.
Yeah, absolutely.
$1,000. I seen. There's some bows on there.
Yeah, our most expensive bow that we sold this year sold for $1,100.
Yeah. And that's probably something somebody was looking for specifically, or so on and so forth. I mean, it's a nice bow.
Yeah. Well, and the coolest part is you can take it here as long as the gentleman's got it strung. You can walk it right over to the practice range and shoot it before you purchase.
Okay, so that's a good point. So if I bring a bow in here to have you put on consignment, I've got to agree that it's a shootable bow, or they can go shoot it, or I got to let you know it's not a shootable bow, one thing or the other, right?
Yep. The only thing is we let you know if you have it strung, then they're able to take it over to the test range. The only thing that we don't do is we don't string your bows. We got stringers here if you forget them when you travel down, but we don't string your bow. As long as it's strung, they can take it over and shoot it. I bring a wide range of arrows to make sure the spine's correct shooting out of your bow, but yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mason, I appreciate you, brother. I really like the consignment piece. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I got with you before the show started, because